Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss what from the world of bourbon should be on the back of a quarter. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Darren McElroy, Katie Joyce, and Tony Friend.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
Hey. Oh, so yeah, we're going to talk today about what should go on the back of a quarter. We'll see what the group thinks. Should be some fun stuff. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, Darren said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is that, Darren?
So, my question's going to be in 2 parts. So,
Okay.
What is, like, if you're going out for a hearty night of drinking with some buddies or something,
Okay.
what is food that you find is a staple before you go out? And then what is something that you crave after you're done being out?
Okay.
So, like, when you're a little trash.
Before going out, I like greasy, like a hamburger or something like that. It's going to help soak up the poison. Afterwards, anything that's available. I mean, it's unfortunate. When I wake up the next morning, I'll be disgusted. It could be anything. It could be a whole bag of chips. It could be ice cream. It's not like it's like I crave one thing. It could be the leftover pizza that was in the refrigerator. I just, why the fuck did I eat all that? I don't know what the hell happens. I get home and you just fucking just mow through so much food. I don't know why that happens. I have no idea. It's embarrassing, actually. I'm sorry I talked about it on the air.
Okay, Steve, I'm the same with the after food.
Yeah, the after it's horrifying. I would hate to see the video of myself eating this shit. Yeah.
Especially usually just like, and it's not like a chip at a time. Like
Right,
it's
no.
like handful.
You're shoveling it in. Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that how you're supposed to eat food after the bar?
I guess. Yeah.
Like as disgusting
I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud
as
of it.
possible? Like
Right.
greasy pizza after the bar?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Pre-bar, I want some buffalo chicken nachos.
Buffalo chicken nachos. All right. Katie, what do you do beforehand? You didn't share that. So what do you?
I try to be somewhat sensible before.
Why? You have to get you need like bread and like
Yeah,
So
bread's
I
good.
try to go protein heavy,
Okay.
but then add in the carbs so that I've got like the bread as well. Like so, but I try to have something protein heavy with the thought of like it's gonna help keep me full, and then I'm gonna have less snacking when I do have drinking.
Right.
No,
It
that's
doesn't
not
work.
how it works.
It doesn't
That
work
is
that
not
way.
how it works.
I'm like, we're gonna have this big like buffalo chicken salad, like a big
Right.
salad, and all this lettuce is gonna keep me really like full. But then I've got all this chicken in here for the
Who the fuck
protein.
has ever thought that lettuce was going to keep them full?
Well, no, lettuce makes me feel full, and then the chicken keeps
For
me full with the
20
protein.
minutes?
So I
No,
try
it's
that
wild.
kind of stuff, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And then
Well, okay. Tony, how about you? Before, after, what's foods of choice?
Honestly, I don't eat before or after, really.
Okay.
Usually, like when I'm going out, I usually want like a big greasy burger and fries.
Okay.
And that's about it for when I'm drinking. But if I do eat something, when I'm
So you don't come home and just destroy your kitchen with?
No, I don't.
with-
I usually just pass out. I usually just pass out.
Just pass out. Okay.
But if I am staying up, cookies,
Cookies.
brown butter cookies, coffee cookies.
See,
Have you
There
ever
could be
made,
something.
have you ever made cookies after the bar? That's very dangerous. Do not
Making cookies?
suggest it. Oh yeah, say have you ever got home?
Oh yeah, and then you're
Drunk
sitting
as
there like
shit. Like,
swaying in the
have
kitchen
you ever?
waiting.
If
on
you've
the
never
timer.
gone home drunk as shit and had some sort of wild recipe in your mind, and you're like, I'm gonna make some cookies right now, and I'm gonna put pretzels and maybe some Cheetos. I've never done Cheetos, but like you just like start adding stuff in because you're like, I bet that I am a better chef than I ever realized I was, and you just start throwing shit into it.
Throwing shit
and
in
you're
there and
like,
see what
or
happens.
you make some weird sandwich. I mean,
Oh,
like really.
weird sandwich, yep.
In all honesty, after bar snack is whatever the fuck is in the kitchen that I can just like put together and make some sort of sense. I've just like rolled up like chips with cheese and like some like deli meat and just like stood there and like just like ate that. Like anything that is around and makes sense to eat after the bar.
Right.
That's it. Like
Rolled up meats are fine.
guess what? I live in the middle of fucking
I've done that
nowhere.
before, too.
I'm not getting a goddamn pizza delivered here. I gotta have some shitty pizza frozen in the fridge, or I'm fucked. So I have to make some random shit after. I'm like eating cottage cheese out of the container.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
just like
Let's
anything.
not go crazy. That is crazy.
Oh, no, that's just me on like a random Tuesday for lunch.
Yeah.
Cheese
I mean,
is favorite
yeah,
food in
it's just kind of normal.
the world.
Darren, you asked the
Jam.
question. What's your answer?
So beforehand, I have a go-to special. I go to Breadco, Panera, as you uncivilized folk might know it, and I get their mac and cheese. I get a large bowl of mac and cheese, and then I drive to the Chick-fil-A and go to Chick-fil-A, and I get a 10-piece nugget. I put all the nuggets in the mac and cheese, and I eat that beforehand. So I have
It's
my
like
carbs.
7.
I have my
This is a 7-year-old's dream right here.
Yeah,
So that's
it-
good. Yeah, that's good for you, Darren. All right. Yes. All right.
and then
Okay.
afterwards, there's usually almost always salami involved because I have salami in my house. And so, like, if I'm working on something else, I'll just eat half a pound of salami. And then
Oh
I
God.
also like to just eat, like, it started in college. It was a problem because we'd go to Sam's and we'd get a big old bag of shredded cheese.
And just eat shredded cheese and salami.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you've never
There was
stood in
one
front of your
night-
fridge door with it open, just eating salami and shredded cheese, and you've never lived.
No,
really.
I take it to the
Exactly.
couch. I'm civilized.
Oh.
Come on, back.
And then
But-
you're like, you think, especially you think you're being so careful of like taking.
Oh,
the
that shredded cheese is gonna get
And
on you.
you're always like
like,
Everywhere.
and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to spill any of it, and then your
Yeah.
dog is below you, just chomping all of it up
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're spilling it
So
everywhere.
You are
in college,
spilling
we had a 3-pound bag of cheese, and there was 3 of us living in the house, and we started going through one of those bags of cheese every Saturday night. Just,
God,
I know,
jeez.
I'm not that bad anymore, but
Oh.
that was really something special.
As much cheese as really cheese I think is the key to after dinner meals or after bar meals. We went out with the Kaplans one night to a concert, and as we were going back to our hotel, we're ordering food back to the hotel, and we stop at a gas station and pick up like 3 quarts of fucking ice cream and other stuff. I don't even know what else. And then we get Chinese food delivered, and it's in like 3 bags. And it's just like, it's so much Chinese. I'm like, what the fuck? Like every single thing was just like 2 pounds of this and 2 pounds. Like it was like family size of everything. We looked like degenerates just sitting in the hotel lobby. We're just eating everything. We're eating ice cream. We're eating Chinese. We just have like so much fucking food. Like we must have looked drunk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frankly.
You look drunk. Believe it or
Yeah,
not.
that's the gist of it. Drunk.
Yeah,
That's how
drunk.
we look.
There you go. All right. Well, on that note, guess what? It is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start this time with Katie. Katie, what do you got there?
I have some Hidden Barn Small Batch Series 2.
Okay, Series 2.
Unopened.
Yeah.
It's open.
Paper. Sorry.
Oh.
I did have the
She's
plastic
very
off
prepared.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Okay. It's
Oh.
good. It's very good.
Pretty
Very
good.
Could be enough. Could be enough. We'll see. Darren, what do you got?
I got some Rye 3 cigar blend.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Well, we're at least starting to hear yours. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's some
We're getting
progress. It
Not
wasn't
bad.
good enough to win or anything. Becca, what do you got?
No.
I've got some Hardin's Creek here, the 2-year-old.
Okay. Take off the safety belt. Don't.
We're unbuckled.
Okay. Not enough to take over Katie. Tony, what do you got?
I've also got some Hidden Barn Series 1 Batch 3.
Okay. Oh, that was unique sounding.
I was going to say a very interesting one.
Yeah, it was
Weird.
Do you
probably
have a glass
our
desk?
yeah, that was wild, but not going to be enough to take the lead. I got a little bottle and bond selection here, Papa's birthday barrel. So how about that? How about that? So here we go. That was decent. That was nice. It was nice. It could win a lot of them, but unfortunately, Katie set off a cannon, so she wins. Cheers, gang.
Cheers.
Ding.
All right, we're taking a quick break, and then when we come back, it sounds like some people have done their homework here. Others of us were just flying by the seat of our pants, and we're just going to talk about this, but we're going to talk about what from bourbon should go on the back of a quarter. We'll do that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Matt Rainey, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily. One day when I grow up, I'm going to grow a big boy beard, just like Colonel Steve.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about what should go on the back of a quarter.
Yeah, the U.S. Mint seems to be having some fun with this stuff. They keep releasing different things, whether they're historical or, everybody remembers the state quarters when they were doing that. And we're talking about now, if we could come up with one just for bourbon, what would you put on the back of a quarter to represent bourbon? It just seems to be a legit thing. If you were doing things, this is the series where we're doing things that are uniquely American. Well, bourbon is certainly one of those things. It could be one in the series of things that are uniquely American, and it certainly seems to be worthy of that. It can only be made in the U.S., so it could go on the back of a quarter. So I know a couple people have some lists here and stuff like that. Do you want to just throw those out? You just want to start chatting?
Yeah, I'll go
first. We have the perfect idea.
So,
okay, go ahead.
I think that they should put a horse on the back of each one, and each one has a different letter, so that people have to collect all of the quarters. And then
Was it sponsored by Sazerac? I mean,
anymore.
yeah, it's
I got
Mint
no
is now,
this time. That's
now
a $1
working with
million
Sazerac.
quarter there.
Oh, okay. That was terrible.
No.
Guys over it.
Yeah. Okay. No, I said no to that either. That one's thrown out before it even got started. No.
I think there's some fairly straightforward answers like corn, wheat, rye. And then
There's
Barrel? I
already
think
the
a barrel
wheat
is-
penny.
true.
Right.
Where do you have the wheat penny? Surely there's corn on something, right?
Yeah, and some of the steak quarters I think
There's
include.
got to be
Probably
corn
had
on one of
corn.
those steak
Yeah,
quarters, right?
There's got to be. Iowa has to have it.
On the Iowa
Yeah,
quarter,
like or
besides
Nebraska maybe or something.
Or Nebraska. Yeah.
That's because I was going to say the same thing. I was like, oh, all the grains, of course. But then it's like there's already
Yeah.
some that.
I think
have
one with just the
those.
grains. There's not one of that. So you could have just the grains on it. One with a barrel.
The barrel.
On it.
I think
Barrel
is-
would be
yeah.
cool.
Barrel is definitely worthy.
One with, so I didn't know for a glass, would it be a rocks glass or like a Glencairn? Which would be the better choice?
I
Rock,
think
probably rocks.
the rocks. I think the
Rocks.
rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And then-
rocks.
Unfortunately,
Because also it represents neat and cocktails with
Yeah.
bourbon as well.
Okay.
So I think it's inclusive of more.
I
than
think the
just,
Glen is a little bit too whiskey inclusive.
Yeah, I do too.
Like it's because because not everyone knows that you should use a Glen for
Everybody
for
on
bourbon
that's
too,
listening
but
to this
everyone
podcast
knows.
does, but
Yeah, but-
not the public at
But
large.
the
It'd be
general
more-
public would
right,
think of Scotch,
right.
I think. And so it's like, oh, so we're Scottish now. But a rocks glass with like and
Universal.
I hate
It's
to say it,
universal.
but like with some like ice cubes in it, like some
Yeah.
big like ice cubes in it,
Maybe one of
with
those
some,
big
like,
ice
whiskey
squares or a
would
globe.
look like that would look cool.
It would
I
look
think
cool.
a barrel, the rocks glass.
What
I
about a
think-
rick that has multiple barrels on there? So you see, it's got
I
like
was
yeah.
wondering if that you could get detailed enough on a quarter because
I
that'd be
think you
really
could.
cool with
I
like
think you
the
could, yeah.
the lines of that if you
Right.
could.
Yeah, I think you could. I think
Or-
I think that would work.
Instead
Or
of
you
a
could
White
do-
House, you could do a Rick House.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is like you could do like you could have like maybe multiple rick houses, kind of like a rick house, and then like a few like
yeah.
one in the front, and then like two more in the back, where it kind of like looks like you're looking down at some rick houses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I like that.
It's hard to put the people of bourbon on it.
So
Yeah.
some
Other than
of
Jimmy Russell.
Jimmy.
think of though the Pappy Van Winkle cigar pick from the Family Reserve bottle. I think that one would be pretty.
That's
recognizable.
iconic. That is definitely bourbon-ish. I mean, there's a lot of people that know what that is for
Mhm.
sure.
I think for people, I think Pawpaw Sizemore would look pretty good on the back of a quarter.
You would.
Yeah.
Can't
Hey, he
argue
would
that.
love it. He would act like he hated it, but he would love it. Yeah. Oh, he would just revel in it. So
Yeah, he would.
do we think just like a pot still, or is that?
A still would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be cool to
Possibly,
have.
yeah.
A
I had
oh,
specifically Old Brownie, so
okay.
that works.
Old Brownie specifically.
Well, Brownie's a good looking pot
the
still.
prettiest one.
It
Yeah.
is. It's the
It
best
is
looking still in
It is
Kentucky.
the coolest pot still. I agree. It's cool. For
I
sure.
think a still would be really cool on there. Like fermenters don't really. I don't think
Yeah.
those could really look like much, but a still would be really cool on there.
Okay, a still. All
Even
right.
just a bottle.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like
I think some of that gets into of what bottle shape do you do because you could
Yeah.
get into ones that are certain like iconic brands, but is there a bottle shape that we think is the most like generic for all bourbons
or do you do one that's more iconic just in general? Which
Like Maker's Mark.
I
bottle.
was gonna say, like a Maker's Mark.
The
bottle.
most iconic whiskey bottle. I mean, some people might say it's
Most
Blanton's. It's not.
recognizable.
It's Maker's Mark.
Right.
That is the most iconic bottle in bourbon.
Because I think even
Yes.
I've seen quite a few like paintings, arts, etc., that have a Maker's bottle, a Blanton's bottle, a probably like a E.H. Taylor bottle. It's like a few different sizes that you like recognize. So the pairing of those, even just of those bottle shapes,
Right.
would work.
Yeah. I mean, you see cooking shows where they're like, they don't want, because they're not, they don't want to advertise any brand, but they're like, here, use bourbon, and they even take the wax off of it. But you still know exactly what it
Yeah.
is. You still know what brand they're using when they're doing that. So
Yep.
it's an iconic bottle for sure.
And then getting into the brands as well. So I was thinking for makers, you could do the SIV, like
Uh-huh.
their stamp. That would look really cool in the back of a quarter.
really
Yeah.
cool.
For buffalo trays, you could naturally do a buffalo, which they have a lot of that with the steak quarters already, but it would look awesome.
Okay.
You could do the horse for Bland's as well. And so
No Blantons.
but I think that would definitely draw a lot of attention to it of having distilleries come up with the design that represents their distillery as well.
So just think if they do a whole series and they go to the biggest manufacturers and distilleries and say, hey, if you pony up this amount of money, we will include. So we could end up with a quarter like with Brent Elliott on the back. It'd be awesome. It's like, really? This is it, huh? This is our bourbon quarter here. It's got Brent Elliott on it.
Is some of the distilleries can buy in and they can do theirs. The other one is there's a blind tasting and the winners from the blind tasting, their distilleries then get incorporated into the quarters as well.
Okay. What if it's a source brand?
And it cannot be sourced.
Shut up, Steve.
Who's doing the tasting?
Has to be a heritage brand.
Right. Fred Minnick does the tasting, of course.
God.
Marzipan.
Yes. We got to have him do it, of course. So, yeah.
I think my real idea, so the horse idea was just a joke, but I think it should be two famous people in the industry sharing a dram. So Eddie and Jimmy, Freddie and Fred.
Okay.
Steve Akeley and somebody. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Just go down that list
Leon, one of them. Yes.
of duos, and you can release 50 of them.
Okay.
And have two people on each one, and for different parts of the industry.
Okay.
Also, just a white oak, because white oaks are cool.
Yeah, they've certainly done different trees, and white oak is definitely a big part of the industry for sure.
It would be kind of cool to have different quarters of two different ones if they're holding up the glass different directions. If you put the quarters
that'd be really cool.
each other, it looks like
Good idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
That's good.
That's
I
cool.
like it.
Yeah. Wow.
Now we'll have allocated or secondary quarters. Secondary quarters.
Yeah, it would be
Formerly
fun if
known
they
as
did
collectibles, now known as secondary quarters.
Secondary quarters.
They definitely could do a whole series. We'd be into it for sure. As bourbon fans, we'd be like, "What are they doing next? When is a new one coming out?"
People would be spending hundreds of dollars on their fucking quarter collection.
Oh yeah, you would. And then you have
I got all the bourbon quarters.
Oh, that's
I
all you
only
got.
spent
Becca, I got the proof set.
$1,000.
I got the proof set. They're never been released. Yeah. Please, you just have the pedestrian.
What other does this apply to all collectibles that bourbon and whiskey people would go nuts over? Like if we apply this to like thimbles, does it still work?
Sure, thimbles. No. Yeah, thimbles.
No, I don't think that thimbles are as collectible other than my grandmother's.
How about the little mini spoons that people used to do?
No,
Collectibles. That could work.
It's such an old person thing.
I think the quarters are just like.
What if we did whiskey precious moments?
No, that's terrible.
Brent Elliott as a little angel.
Yeah. I like how Brent Elliott's our standard.
How nuts can we get people to go over whiskey precious moments?
Yeah.
I feel like that one could work.
I think that like quarters, like collectible wise, like that would collect. Like, it's not like all of us are collecting shot glasses from, like, some people collect the shot glass from distilleries, but
some do, but
we're like, it's not the thing. But I feel like if it was quarters, people would be like, I got all.
Everyone on this event right now, and probably everyone listening would keep them. Would be interested if they came.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We
would do like challenge coins is already a thing. So it's kind of a close step with that. Even like I like having unique coins to use as like ball markers on the golf course. So having like a unique quarter like that to use as a ball marker would be really awesome.
Yeah.
People would tip with those in the distillery. They'd be like, I've got the barrel quarter here. You should feel pretty special. Here's your tip today, 25 cents.
The Mint is doing all kinds of these. They should do this. Hopefully they're listening.
Just for $2 on the secondary quarter market.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is about $2.
$2.
Wow. Thank you so much for the fucking quarter.
How much would you pay for a quarter with your face on it? Like, if it wasn't just like a cheap gimmick thing, like if it was an actually minted quarter.
I wouldn't pay anything because eventually I'd find it in circulation.
That is 25 cents.
25 I mean, like,
I'm not paying shit.
It will come back.
It's gonna show up. Or someone's gonna send me my 25-cent piece.
Okay.
Someone's gonna send me a quarter of myself.
Becca believes setting her love free.
They're actually doing this.
Way home.
They're actually doing this, and they're like, we want to get 50 distilleries represented, and then you can help design what goes on yours. How much you think Neely would pay to be on the back of a U.S. quarter? I bet you they would come up again. It's not an unlimited cash tool. It's a small company, but I would bet if they're like, "Hey, we're going to do the big heritage brands have to pay a certain amount." We realize there's small players too. For them, it's $25,000 and the first come first serve. I think the Neelys would pony up $25,000 to be on the back of an official U.S. quarter. I think you'd have to. I think you'd have to be
your
like.
building would look so sick on the back of a quarter.
It would look awesome. Neely Family Distillery would look cool on the back of a quarter.
The building, or
you'd have to do it. I mean, that advertising that would be money.
Sizemore, I'm telling you, you look fantastic on the back of a quarter.
It'd either be the building front or the Old Brownie. I mean, either one of those is.
Yeah.
So like
that'd be cool to think about.
What about the distillery cats?
Oh yeah, that's another series.
Oh my
God!
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
Now that is worth collecting.
Oh.
I think Thumper may be the king of the distillery cats.
Quarter market for that.
I think Thumper might be the biggest star in the industry when it comes to distillery cats. I don't really know. I mean, I used to know Rick from Castle and Key, but I don't even know if he's still in the mix anymore. I never heard anything.
I should probably make an Instagram for Thumper.
Yeah,
I do have a book about distillery cats upstairs.
Yeah, it's a cool book for sure. Well, Towser the Mouser was the all-time greatest, 28,899 confirmed kills, something like that. So, yeah.
Wow.
Why do you have that? Here's this fact.
It's the greatest mouser of all time. We actually have a small statue of Towser the Mouser at the ABV Barrel Shop. So if anybody's there, they want to see what Towser looked like, we have a small statue of Towser from the Scotch.
Wow, Darren, you don't know
Darren.
that?
You should know that. Boy, he just
there like 7 days a week.
I'll find him and send him. I'll post a picture of him tomorrow.
Post a picture of Towser the Mouser tomorrow because he is there.
See, we have the opposite at Joyce Law Firm. My cat spills his food onto the floor to attract the mice in. I found out. Yeah,
he's looking for friends.
We call that smart, Katie.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Freaking asshole.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures. Also on Sundays, a new day that we're open 7 days a week at the ABV Barrel Shop.
This is a surprise announcement here.
What a unique day of the week.
Big news.
Yeah, big news. All right, Katie, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me over on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, Tony.
You can find me browsing the quarter secondary market and Instagram at Glass of Whiskey 86.
All right, Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, that thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, Bourbon Zeppelin, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. At least sign up for our email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.